legitimately, I didn't run into the back until this man comes up to the front door,
Slap the window
with a bloody handprint, and is like,
No way, bro. Speaking of fear, do you think that Tommy Fury is scared of Jake Paul?
he should be. Yep. I got knocked out by Jake Paul.
That's my bad boy.
Yo, what is up, everybody? You already know what is going on. It's your boys, Coffee and Kicks, back for episode 3. Let's get it. Hey, gun choppers all around. Man, we had a great weekend this past weekend. Your boy just celebrated his 26th birthday.
Deuce 6.
So happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was pretty lit. We went down to Dallas, me and Skylar. We went down to Dallas, just kind of hung out for a little bit.
Yeah.
We did some pretty dope stuff. We ate at this fire ass restaurant. It's all you can eat Korean barbecue. And basically, for those that don't know what Korean barbecue is,
Yeah, because I don't.
You never had a Korean barbecue?
No, like, what's the difference between Korean barbecue and like American barbecue?
So it's a big difference.
Really?
Like, it's the same type of meats, but the Korean barbecue meats, they're all thinner. And so most Korean barbecue joints, especially like all you can eat Korean barbecue joints, or like the ones that we like to go to, coffee on deck. You cook the food yourself.
Well,
So you sit at your table, and in front of you in your table, there's this big like grill.
okay.
It's like, well, not like a grill. It's like a stovetop grill type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. And you, like the one that we went to yesterday, they had like a buffet style bar, and you just went and got like the meats that you wanted.
Really?
And then
Like all raw when you
all
get
raw.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything's all raw. And then you just cook it right there in front of you. But a lot of the other ones, you order food, you know what I mean? And they bring it to you, but
Really?
they still bring it to you raw though.
And then you still cook it?
Yeah,
So
and
like
then
you
you
literally
cook
have a grill right in front of you.
Yeah. Right here in
And
front of you.
And you chop it up. You do everything you want it to it.
Yeah, well, so and that's the thing. Like, most of the meat doesn't really need to be like chopped up. I mean, I guess in a sense it does, but it either comes in like long slabs, kind of like bacon, how bacon does.
Yeah.
And it's just like thin, like almost not quite as thin as bacon. Some like the thick bacon, you know, like that hickory smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that type of thickness. So it like cooks, you know, within a minute or whatever.
Dang,
and
bro.
then so you'll have that, and then a lot of times they'll also have hot pot right next to it. So they'll have like another little hot, you know, little stovetop, and then that'll be for like your soup.
Okay.
And then like you can like dip the meats in the soup and stuff, and that'll cook it really quickly.
Okay.
And they have like, you know, the vegetables.
So what was
and all
your
that stuff.
what was your favorite meat to have here?
Probably they call it's called lagalbi.
Lagalbi?
Lagalbi is spelled like L-A galbi. But it's basically beef short ribs.
Really? So like
So-
is the barbecue sauce, is it tastes the same?
So
or-
it's not even barbecue sauce really, but they are marinated. Most of the meats are marinated.
Really? It's like
and they-
sweet?
Yeah, it's like a sweet teriyaki type
Ooh,
of thing.
that sounds
Yeah,
good.
it is, bro. One of the main flavors that they have is called like a bulgogi, is what it is. And the bulgogi is like one of my favorites. So
Real?
you
Dang.
can get like bulgogi pork belly, bulgogi pork shoulder,
Really?
stuff like that. They had like bulgogi steak and all that other different type of stuff. But bro, it's so fire, bro. Like,
Sounds like it.
bro. It's gas, bro. And the place was fairly like priced and everything, bro. It's
Really?
lit. Yeah, we loved it.
So I mean so like would you say like on a scale of 1 to 10 like how
10.
Really?
10.
So like you wouldn't, because like the scale was like on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you got to go there, 10 being do not go here.
You tricked me. You a hoe for that. Nah. Hey, definitely anybody that is in the Dallas area, they should definitely check out Fusion Kitchen. It's over in Plano. It's fire, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely fire. Yesterday, and they were packed, bro. Like
Really?
the first time we went, they were like super dead, but last time they were packed, bro.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah, it was lit.
Well, my weekend was pretty chill. I just went on a 30-mile bike ride.
30-mile bike ride, bro. How long
Yeah.
does a 30-mile bike ride take you?
Well, I ride a fixed gear bike,
Right.
so and no brakes. So like
That's
low-
ridiculous.
so that's different. It's single speed.
And that's
fixed
why you
gear.
broke your arm twice.
Yeah, but like, well, that's not true at all. But like, I mean, on those rides, because like I would like ride, I'd stop a little bit, just kind of like, cause like along the trail, like there's some scenic sites, so like
Yeah.
I stop,
Okay.
take a little break, I drink, I hydrate,
Yeah.
eat a little bit, and just kind of like taking the scene. But like
Yeah.
that one, it probably like I was probably out there for like 3 hours,
3 hours.
or so like that. Yeah,
So if you were to just ride just straight out the entire 30 miles, how long would that take you, do you think?
dude, I don't even know honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I'm kind of having because like. I mean, it would probably take me sub 2 hours, I would
Yeah.
say. Like, if I was, like, for real out here, just like, all right, I'm trying to ride 30 miles as fast as I possibly
Yeah,
can.
just powering out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that it would take me less than 2 hours, but I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
Maybe
30
I'll try
miles
that.
seems like such a long bike ride that it would take longer than 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean, like, so on my last ride, I rode that 30 miles.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think it was just shy of 30 miles. So it was like 28 or 29 miles. And, like, my watch clocked me at, like, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
So
Like,
how
total ride time.
Like how whenever you're just like normally going, how fast do you think you're going?
It just depends. Like, I mean, there's times where I'll get up to like, 17, 20 miles an hour. Which on a fixed gear, like your feet are like moving
Yeah.
pretty quick. But like if I'm just cruising, dude, like I mean, I'll cruise at like between like 9 to 12 miles an hour.
Gotcha.
If I'm just like pacing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're on a geared bike, or even if I change the gear ratio on my bike and like make it to where it's a little bit harder to push,
Yeah.
my top speed increases. So like
Yeah.
I remember like before I changed my gear ratio, like I mean there was times like I could cruise at 20 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah, moving.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And like those times, like I typically like to be on like a straightaway or somewhere where I know like I can see far ahead of me, just because like I don't have brakes on my bike. You
You
know
think
what
you
I'm
could
saying?
run 20 miles an hour?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think
Do you
so.
think that you once could, or you just don't think you could now?
I don't know. I
I
feel
I
like
could
because
run
like
20 miles an hour at one point. I feel like I
mean-
did run 20 miles an hour at one point.
we can go test it. Like I can see how fast I'm going, and I mean there's times where like my watch has clocked me at a speed which I mean I'm just going off of the accuracy of the watch,
Yeah.
but like some of those speeds I was like I don't think I can run this fast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like who knows? You know what I'm saying?
I remember once running like next to a car in South Coffeyville, and the car was going 20 miles an hour, bro. And I was keeping up. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't keep up with it for very long.
Yeah.
But for a second there, I was running right next to that car, bro. I
Really?
felt like a flamingo. You know how or not a flamingo, but an ostrich. You know how you've seen
Yeah.
them videos where the ostrich just be running,
Yeah.
but they're like looking next to you, and they're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like going. That's how I felt, bro. Because I was just like,
Dude, speaking of animals, you know that cheetahs can run up to 60 miles an hour?
yeah, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm just sitting there thinking, like, imagine being on a highway and a big cat is running right next to you.
Just getting it.
Yeah, like
You're trying to outrun this thing.
It is
like,
just
it's
keeping up
just
with
keeping
you.
up with you.
yeah,
Just on your tail.
literally.
Like,
and like if you have a car, like if you're driving an older car, that like those old cars that like top out like 80 miles an hour,
Yeah, 65, 70, your stuff start wobbling and stuff. Yeah, that'd be scary because he
they're
ain't
coming
wobbling.
for you, dude.
He is not wobbling. He is powering through that 60 miles an hour.
That's wild.
That's super wild. But speaking of birthdays and stuff, I don't know if you got that reel from Uncle Keith, right?
Oh yeah,
So we got this reel. Most of us in our family got this reel from our uncle. And it was basically like the most depressing reel I've probably seen all year long. But it was actually like, it put things into perspective too.
yeah.
But it was also super kind of depressing though. Like it was kind of sad. But basically the reel was saying how
Your life is almost over.
exactly that your life is almost over. For those that are most likely watching this podcast,
Your life is almost
probably-
over.
All right, bro. Not too much, bro.
Let that sink in.
All right, I'm gonna just let you take this one for a second.
All right, I'm done.
Nah, go ahead and tell him, bro. Your life is almost over.
I mean, like it just hit me. I just had to say it.
But what he's saying isn't necessarily all the way wrong. I mean, so the video is basically explaining how most people nowadays view the middle of your life as 50 years old because they view life as 100 years. It's just like the standard number for when people die, I guess. But in all reality, the life expectancy, the average life expectancy around today's time is 70 to 80 years old. So really, your midlife is 35 to 40 years old. So when you think about it, I mean, once you get to about 30, you're dang near in your midlife. Like you're not. It doesn't take until 50 to get it. And so the video was basically saying that, like, don't wait, to take advantage of the time that you have now, because life passes you by pretty quickly. And so I think like the ending message was pretty inspirational, and it just puts it into perspective how time not only passes us by, but we don't know how much time that we have. And so it's just one of those things where it's like those things that you want to do, those things that you've been procrastinating on doing or starting, or those projects you've been putting off, you just need to do it, because you never know like how much more time you have. So
For sure.
So what's your what do you kind of have, like, what's your take on that?
Well, I was just doing a little searcher real quick, and I mean, as time goes on, human lifespan has just been decreasing, but increasing at the same time, depending on which source you use. But on average, the average lifespan is around 76 here, showing around 76.4 years, and that is as of 2022. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, I mean, once you get to about 35, 40, like that's when you're embarking on like middle age.
Yeah.
I think that kind of like we talked about in the other episode about mindset, like that does shift your mindset a little bit regarding things.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, like, once you get 35, once you get 40, you are getting closer to the end of your life.
Right.
But then again, I think that like you can like, that can make your mindset towards life be a little bit more morbid than it needs to be, because like you can be 35 years old, 40 years old, hell, you can be 50 years old. There are 50-year-old humans that are more fit than 25-year-old humans.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like on the opposite of like, kind of like the video was kind of like a little bit morbid, which, sometimes people need a wake up call. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of like a wake up call, but like it wasn't something that I hadn't already, because like that's something in my mind already. It's so like in the Stoic philosophy, there's a thing called memento mori, and if I'm butchering that, please correct me. But basically, it means that like your time is finite, and every day you're getting closer to your death. Mm-hmm. And not to like think about it in like a morbid way that like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Like, but yes, you are gonna die.
You definitely kind of have a morbid way of thinking about things too. Like,
but it's like, I mean, yes and no. That's the thing about it is like, it's just embracing reality.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like a morbidly realistic way of looking at life, you look at life in a realistic way, but looking at life realistically can sometimes be pretty morbid.
Like this is something that I think about. Within the next 10 years, somebody that's close to you is gonna die.
Yeah, definitely.
Let that sink in.
And probably less than that, honestly.
Yeah, and it's just like, whenever you prepare for things can be a little bit easier to palate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying about the lifespan, like your time is finite. You know what I'm saying? And that's not something that you just like think about and like let it take over your being and let it break you down. But like, let that be a thing that tells you, hey, you only have a certain amount of days here. So like, don't allow your anxiety or your stress stop you from living the only life that you get. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally only get one life.
Right.
And once it's done, it's done. So like in that sense, like that video was like, it was definitely like eye-opening. And like, I think for some people who don't already think like that, like it can definitely put into a new perspective. It can definitely put into a new perspective, like what's going on, like what the reality of this human experience is going to be, and just like, but to like end on a positive morbid note, positive morbidity, you can be 75 years old and still deadlifting.
Yeah.
You can be 75 years old and still running marathons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, just because, yes, you're theoretically dying daily, you can still get stronger daily. You can still improve daily.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
and
it's just
even
like,
on like a business note too. I mean, you can start your first business at 60 and
bro,
be a millionaire at 70, a
Yeah.
billionaire at 75. You never know. You
Literally.
know, as long as if you have that drive in you to keep going, like we were talking about in the last episode as well, just to keep going and keep like putting forth, you know, an effort to improving and stuff, then you never know like when things might turn out and pan out and take off for you. And yeah, you may be at the end of your life, but at least you still have a family, hopefully,
sure.
that you can leave your assets to, or someone that you can leave your assets to if you don't have the time to enjoy it. But you're never too old to do anything,
Right.
basically.
for sure. Yeah. I mean, we know, people who have, died in their 20s.
Yeah.
Like I've lost friends, in their 20s. And it's just
Right.
like if you just ponder on the negative will consume you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just like, there's no point in that to me.
Right.
It's just like, and like I know like some people really do struggle with that, but like if you don't face it, like if you don't go into that head on and process those emotions and let those things kind of consume you and lean into that uncomfortability, then you're just always gonna be you're always gonna be self-limited in my opinion.
Right.
So
Kind of like it just kind of reminds or kind of puts into thought, like, you know, just like dealing with like even like trauma and things like that, like
facts.
yeah, just trying to navigate through different things like that and still being able to, you know, come out on top. Like you said, keep going and come out on top. Like what would you say would probably be your most traumatic experience? Sips coffee.
So I have one in mind, but like I'm trying to think if there's anything that tops it. Well, the only thing that tops it would be something that's more of a fear of mine, not really traumatic because it's never happened.
Yeah.
It's just something. It's just one of those subconscious thoughts that like, what if this happens? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I would like, the most traumatic experience that I've ever had that actually happened that I actually saw was probably seeing those two guys get shot at work.
What two guys? Who got shot at work?
So
When you were working with Tony at Rams or what?
no. So when I was working at Sonic.
Oh,
Yeah, so like there was there was a shooting at Sonic.
yeah.
And I just saw it. Like I saw it happen like from the beginning to the end.
Did the
And
police know this?
huh?
Did the police know this?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
my
The, like the police got called. Like they got we were able to leave work, but like
Did you have to give a statement?
I had to give a statement, everything like that.
Dang.
Oh yeah. Like I had to go down to the police
So you was
department.
snitching.
Yeah. I mean,
Dang, you was snitching?
what am I supposed to do?
We got Gunna on the pod? No, I'm just
Dude.
playing. I'm just
Dude,
playing. I'm
yeah,
just playing.
and honestly, bro, to shift from that, let's talk about that
Let's
for a
talk
second.
about that for a second because that is a good topic.
I mean, like, and then we'll come back to the traumatic
yeah,
experience
we'll come back to
because, like, that I just shifted it. But like, if you're facing a long time in prison,
I'm snitching.
bro.
I'm snitching.
I mean, I don't know Gunna, but like he don't look like he does not. So like what they were doing,
yeah.
and I'm not gonna go into like everything they're doing, but like it's especially the Young Thug Rico case, everything like that. There's lots of videos. I would suggest you go to Criminal Lawyer Reacts, Bruce Rivers. He breaks down really well. He's a board certified criminal defense lawyer. So like you're gonna get facts, non-biased, non-opinionated, sometimes a little bit, but like not much.
Yeah.
But like Gunna just does not seem like the kind of person to be doing what they were doing. Like
Yeah.
like whenever I hear someone talk, like especially like whenever you're trying to be about that life,
Yeah.
like I don't know, like I kind of get vibes like, okay, he might be about that life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gunna does not give me those vibes that
Those
he's about that
vibes,
life.
those true
like,
vibes, yeah.
So like for someone like that, yeah, I can completely understand why you would tell, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, especially if they're gonna reduce and like you might see another life outside of jail.
Right.
Like, bro, who's gonna go by the street code? That street code don't mean nothing whenever your life is about to be over.
It really don't. I think the only time that matters is if you're really like trying to be a street dude. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like-
Like if you're really
Like if your honor, if your honor is set upon, I am not going to tell
Right.
on my brothers. I am not going to tell. I don't care if my life depends on it. I
Right.
would not tell.
Right.
And like,
Or if you're the one that's like, if you're out there doing the stuff with these people, and then whenever push comes to shove, like you're the one that's telling on them, then I definitely feel like at that point, that's whenever people should bash you.
for sure, if someone is definitely facing a long time in jail, like I can understand why you would tell, especially if like someone's giving you a good deal, unless again you're just about that life and you're not turning from that life.
Right.
But Gunna was like, bro, I am a successful rapper.
Bro, me personally, if I'm not out there thugging with you like that, robbing and killing and doing all this other stuff with you personally, I'm telling, bro, you're not about to get me fucked up just because I associate with you.
Right.
Because at the same time, you know what I'm saying, I'm also not gonna like not be cool with you because you do that stuff, you know what I'm
sure.
saying? Like I'm gonna definitely distance myself and not be with you whenever you doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But if for some reason like they come to me and they're like, yo, we know that you know that this dude be doing that stuff, so you either tell us some stuff or you going down with him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro. You shouldn't have did that stuff around me, bro. Because you shouldn't have told me about it at least. Because
Yo.
I'm telling.
For sure.
I'm straight up telling. I'm sorry about you, my dude. But
Dude,
I'm
like-
not a gangster. So I'm not
sure.
trying to be the gangster. I'm not trying to be no gangster in jail. I ain't trying to be no gangster on the street.
Facts.
I'm just trying to be me.
Yeah.
And me ain't no gangster. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna have to talk.
So back to the traumatic experience.
Yeah.
So basically, like I didn't know any of the people involved.
Yeah.
I was just an eyewitness.
Right.
So I just wrote down what I saw basically.
Yeah.
And basically what had happened was, I mean, there was this male that was like walking up and down the street all day, and like when I got to work that day, like he had been walking up and down the street all day. So then my the manager that was on duty, she was very like aware that this man had been walking up and down the street all day, and she was already kind of like sketched out a little bit. So, and she was voicing that to all the employees. So then, and he was carrying a lunchbox, which was weird.
Super weird.
So then he comes into our parking lot and just sits on the curb of our parking lot, okay, with this lunch pail right beside him. And then this car pulls into our employee parking lot. They were not employees. They park into our employee parking lot. And then all of a sudden, like this man gets up, opens the lunch pail, and like I'm not joking, like I am seeing this live. This man opens up this lunch pail, pulls out a pistol that looks like it was on World at War, Call of Duty World War II. Like
Yeah.
legitimately, like the gun looked like it was an old gun.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like
Bro was carrying a musket.
dude, I mean, he may as well have been the way this gun looked. I was like, dang, you couldn't have got someone with a little bit more firepower. But like, so like he goes up to the window, dude, and like legitimately just like pulls up the gun and starts blasting into the car.
What?
And like, and at this point, dude, I'm just looking, I was like, what the heck? And like, so I see scrambling going. I was like, what the heck? But like, I didn't hear audible gunshots.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that made me think that this wasn't real at first.
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck is going on right now? It must have just been like a lower caliber gun, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, what the heck is going on right now? It's actually scrambling, dude, running around the car, so like that. So like, blast into the car at the driver, and then like I see the passenger jump out, and then like I don't know, like he tried to like get down on the ground, and then the shooter gets down on the ground and like he starts shooting underneath the car.
What the fuck?
So then at this point he didn't kill the driver.
Yeah. Which is mind blowing.
Yeah, I know, because like I mean he basically shot him at point blank. But
yeah.
He got him in the shoulder. So then long story short, like they start scrambling. Like I don't know how these men are still alive at this point.
Yeah.
But like he's chasing this man out into the street, and I don't remember. This is because it started like at this point I'm kind of in shock.
Yeah.
But I just remember like them moving out into the street on 11th Street. Okay, and at this point, the manager's like she realizes that like what's going on, and she's like, "All right, everybody get in the back," and I'm just like, "I'm gonna watch this."
That morbid way of thinking.
I'm gonna
There it is.
I'm gonna watch this. And then so they start coming, bro, and like I'm not joking. I stood there and watched this all the way up until this man in this white beater, like a muscle tee, comes up to the window. So like the Sonic door was just all glass. Okay?
Yeah.
Legitimately, I didn't run into the back until this man comes up to the front door,
Slap the window.
with a bloody handprint, and is like,
No way,
I'm not
bro.
joking, bro. Like I can literally still see the image.
That
of
is
the bloody
movie
handprint.
type shit right there.
And the gunner's behind him. Yeah, and then so my heart's racing harder than any workout I've ever done in my life. Okay.
Oh my
my
gosh, bro.
fight is immediately initiated, and like at that time, like I was dating a girl, and she was working there with me. So like I'm thinking of like, all right, how are we gonna get out of the situation?
Yeah.
Because if this man comes through this glass door, then we're all gonna potentially could become suspects.
Dude,
so
this
like
is so
I'm
crazy.
I'm already thinking about my exit route, because like I know like the behind like the houses, I can visualize the layout.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how I'm gonna get everybody out here safely.
Yeah.
But then but by that time,
How
like,
old
'cause,
were you at this time, bro? Like what,
I
17?
mean,
16?
no, I mean, I was probably 18, 19,
18,
something like
19.
that. Because I was in my first year at CCC.
Yeah.
So I was like 18 or 19, roughly.
That's still crazy that you were that young and that was like your first response is like, how am I going to save everybody?
Because like legitimately, I was like, well, I mean, like this is pretty intense right now.
Dude, yeah, bro.
And I don't want to die today. So
I'm feeling like super intense right now and this is like not even happening, you know what I mean?
dude.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
No, dude, every time I tell that story, like I can like almost like start to like feel the way it felt that
I
day.
bet.
But like, yeah, that's why like whenever I hear about kids witnessing people, like I didn't even witness someone get like shot to death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the men didn't die,
Yeah.
but like I just remember seeing lots of blood
Yeah.
everywhere. And like, so then I think about like kids who like have seen people get shot and killed, or like I see kids who have been in the house when people get brutally murdered.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I think about that situation, and I'm like, man, that's a
So
lot
crazy,
to process.
bro. Yeah, that actually reminds me, that's kind of along the lines of one of my more traumatic experiences as well. I mean, you know, I grew up for a long time on 3rd Street of Coffeyville, Kansas. So back in those days, like
The hood.
yeah, bro, it was I mean, nowadays,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
people got shot and killed over there.
Dude, yeah, back in the day, bro, like 3rd Street on Coffeyville wasn't like no joke, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why people think of Coffeyville and they think of like bad stuff, or they
yeah.
hear East Side and they're like, East Side Coffeyville, oh, I don't want to go over there. I mean, nowadays, you know, of course, it's just co-op
It's
now.
all refinery now.
Yeah, it's all refinery now. But back then, it wasn't no joke. But the first time, like, I almost got shot. It was the first time I almost got shot, and I was probably like 4 or 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it was a crazy story. So I don't know if you remember Red or not.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Red.
For sure.
But Red was one of them dudes back then. He was a hard motherfucker, bro. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't playing no games, and they had beat up a bunch of dudes from Muskogee, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so the dudes from Muskogee, they came back and they wanted retaliation. And so basically what happened was we had just got home from school and Ginger had dropped us off. And we got out the car, and as soon as we got out, there's 3 dudes sitting on the sidewalk. And by that time, like once you grow up in those apartment complex, you know everybody that lives there. You know what I'm saying? So if you see somebody that don't look familiar, you know they don't look familiar.
Yeah.
So like as soon as I got out the car, I seen these 3 dudes, and I'm like, these dudes don't look familiar. And I literally remember like telling them, I'm like, where y'all from? I ain't never seen y'all around here. Me, like a 4-year-old kid, right? And they're like, oh, we from out of town. Da da da. And the craziest thing about it is, bro, I swear to God, bro, I remember looking at them dudes and saying, now don't y'all go shooting around here.
Really?
Literally said, now don't y'all go shooting around here. And then walked upstairs, put my stuff in the house, came back down. I had like this little tricycle thing. I was on there riding it around the apartments. And sure enough, here comes Red, driving his little red car, comes around the corner, bro, and all hell breaks loose, bro. Like, they just start dumping, bro. I'm just,
Really?
all you hear is just doom, 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 doom. Like,
Really?
they are just firing at Red's car, bro. And like,
Dang.
you just kind of see like Red duck down, and he just like stomps on it, and he just gets out. like car kind of swerves a little bit.
That's crazy.
Dude, it was so crazy, bro. And like my mom, she was like scrambling, trying to find Jesse and Jasmine and everybody, you know what I'm saying? And like me, like I literally, like she pushed me off the cart and was like, go get in Aunt Ginger's car, because Aunt Ginger was still there. So she was like, go get in Aunt Ginger's van. And my dumbass, not paying no attention, I ran right in front of these dudes. They were on the sidewalk shooting. Red was in the parking lot, or in the street, and I was running in the parking lot, you know, like where the cars parked, right across them, like just
that's crazy.
running.
I mean, you were scared, like you were a kid.
I just didn't even pay no attention to what was going on, just running, bro. And like, that's really all I remember of what happened. But that was definitely like one of the scariest times of my life.
Yeah, dude, that's intense, bro.
Yeah,
dude.
Then,
I mean, like people talk about Coffeyville and stuff like that. Like, I mean, but like it did happen. Like, I mean, like I'm not sure if the viewers are familiar with Coffeyville, but like, I mean, Coffeyville is famous for a bank robbery.
Yeah,
like the Dalton boys. Like that's what Coffeyville is on the map for.
Literally,
that's what we're known for.
The most famous thing.
And we've had bank robberies since then. Like there's been bank robberies. Like Bank of America got robbed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like I remember. I remember one night, legitimately. Okay, so First Street. I remember leaving. I don't remember where I was coming from. But I remember just being at the intersection, bro, and all of a sudden, this like little green S10, mind you, First Street speed limit was like 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like I'm just sitting there I'm just minding my business. Just imagine like someone playing like classical music, just chilling, blah, 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 like just in their own world, okay. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just see this S10 flying at like 90 miles an hour in this 30, and then all of a sudden you see 3 cop cars.
Oh shit!
I was like, what the heck is going on? Like legitimately, like this S10 is just eating down the road.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And like on that same road, because like I grew up on 2nd Street.
Yeah.
Like on that same road, there was a man that was literally visiting from out of town, and legitimately he was in town when that bank robbery happened at Bank of America. He was literally in town, bro. And the man that had robbed, and I don't remember how many people there was, but I do remember that they had like big rifles. Like this man was in town visiting, and on that same street got hit with a straight bullet from that man.
Bro, you're talking about, bro, I remember that, because the crazy thing is that happened almost like years ago to this date, bro. That was like a day or two before my birthday.
Really?
And that dude, I remember that dude, bro, because I remember being scared because they had him in that park right around the corner from the house.
Yes.
And he was dumping on him, bro.
Yes.
Do you remember Brother Colbert, Stacy's dad?
Yes, because he got shot at.
Yeah, he was telling
rounds.
Yeah,
he
was telling us
officer.
the story in church and stuff, and he was saying like how he was in his car and like all he could do was just duck, put his thing in reverse, and just try to get out there.
Yeah.
Bullets was just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
He started crying like while he was telling the story.
Oh,
that was so like emotional, bro. Like I remember sitting there in church like, oh my gosh, bro.
Dude.
Like
Dude,
you were
seriously.
there. Like that was crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a crazy time, bro. Definitely. That also was honestly pretty traumatizing for me, bro, because I remember thinking like, bro, like he's so close. He could come over here and like do something crazy. Like I could not live to see my birthday.
I know.
That was literally my thoughts.
Yes.
Like I'm like, bro, I could not live to see my birthday.
Literally.
That was crazy,
dude, bro. This is bringing back so many experiences. I remember, dude,
real.
like, so like you remember. I'm not sure if you were at Tower at that time, but like I remember like whenever our school went on lockdown.
On lockdown,
because
the
dude legitimately. So like there was a family, a man and woman, and they were going through a divorce or something like that, bro. And the dad came to the Christian private school with a pistol and demanded his son.
Yes.
And like our school went on lockdown.
A school of like, I mean, we had 150 kids from kindergarten through 12th grade.
If that. Literally.
And yeah, I remember.
No, preschool to 12th grade.
Yeah,
there was
preschool through 12th grade. Yeah, you're right. I was definitely terrified that day, bro.
I was like, they got a gun at school right
yes,
now?
Bro.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like,
dang, that's crazy. Time I got stabbed in my face. That was a pretty traumatic experience right there.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
All right, so I'll tell y'all a little bit about that. I ain't gonna go into too much details. That was a dark time in my life where I was doing a whole lot of things that I shouldn't have been doing. But basically, long story short, what happened was this guy had robbed a really good friend of mine, like basically like my brother. He robbed, well, actually it was my roommate at the time. He robbed him and the guy that was like my brother, and they were just like trying to be nice to this guy. You know what I mean? Like they went to the mall and they were like, hey, do you want to go to the mall with us type of thing? And the bad thing about it is the guy that robbed him, he was already a sketchy guy. I can't even remember why he was around. I think he was dating the girl that I lived with at the time. Because not like no weird stuff or nothing, but like she was pretty chill and she needed an extra roommate. I needed a place to stay. So I rented out like a room from her and he was dating her or whatnot. But basically they went to the mall and they were like, hey, if you want to tag along, you know, you're more than welcome to. And I had already told my friend, like, be careful of this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's super sketchy.
Like you got vibes, huh?
Yeah, like, because I already knew, like, I'd already heard stories and just knew the type of person that he was. So I'm like, you know, be careful. But I'm going to try to make this story short, like I said. But basically, they go to the mall. The guy gets caught stealing at the mall. So he gets kicked out the mall. My homeboy and my roommate, they're still in there. They're shopping at the time. And my homeboy gives him the keys to his car and is like, hey, because it was raining outside. And he's like, hey, if you want to sit in the car, here's the keys to the car. You can just sit in there, you know what I'm saying, and chill out until we're done. We'll be done here in just a second. So he takes the keys and just takes off with the car. Just takes off with the car. They had everything in the car, like all his belongings. My buddy, he was living in Kansas City at the time.
Dang.
So he had just came down to visit me, you know what I'm saying? So he had all his car, or he had like a bunch of tools, and he was going to welding school at the time, so he had all his welding gear in there. Mm-hmm. A bunch of other stuff I'm not going to name. And so he took off with everything. And, like, we were looking for this dude for, like, weeks dang near, bro. Like, it was bad. Well, not weeks, but days. We were looking for this guy.
Where'd you find him at?
Never did, bro. We never did find him. He just finally ended up texting the girl because the girl that I lived with was, like, begging him, like, please, like, give them their stuff back. Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? And so he finally, like, gave the car back, but, like, everything was taken out of it.
Dang.
And, like, they had even, like, took some parts off the car and stuff like that. Like, did some other weird stuff. But finally, like, it ended up coming down to the point where my homeboy ended up going back to Kansas City. And another long story short, it, like, took a long time because he started coming back around. But it was, like, I could never, like, do anything to him because at the time I needed that place to stay. And, like, the girl was like, look, if you mess with him, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm gonna kick you out type of thing. And I'm like, this is stupid. But eventually I finally ended up finding my own place. And so once I found my own place, the next time I seen him, it was on and popping, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we were at another friend of ours' house, is a mutual friend that we had, and he had kids and stuff. So whenever I went over there, he had told me, like, as soon as I got there, he was like, look, like, bro is here, you know what I mean, like, but my kids are here, so please, you know what I'm saying, just don't do nothing. So I was like, all right, I got you. And I was just sitting there, like, we did what we needed to do. And I was leaving out the door, and I was just sitting there looking at him, and he just looked so comfortable. And I just couldn't take it, bro. Like, I just could not take it. So I just walked over there, and I just looked him straight in the face, and just, boom, just punched him, bro. Just punched him hard, bro. And, like, he, like, fell back and just, like, held his face and, like, just, like, started yelling or whatever and was just, like, screaming or whatever. And so then at that point, like, we kind of started tussling a little bit. He kind of got up and, like, charged at me or whatever. And we were kind of wrestling around. And the guy whose house it was, you know, he was like, he started yelling, he like, dude, like, I asked you, please, not to do this in my house. You know what I mean? And, like, he, like, got me up, or he, like, grabbed me, and he, like, grabbed me from the back. So I was, like, getting pulled off. And then this guy, he, like, stood up on one knee. And out of nowhere, bro, he just threw his hand back. That's all that happened, bro. He just threw his hand back. And, like, as I'm literally getting pulled off of him, boom. Stabbed me right in the face, bro.
What was it? What did he stab you with?
A pocket knife.
Oh, dang.
He just had, like, a little pocket knife, bro. And, like, it just barely got me.
So, like, this is the scar here, right here.
Yeah.
So he didn't go. Good thing he didn't go in.
Well, it did.
He kind of went back.
It went in, but it just, like I said, because I was coming up, you know, I was coming off of him.
Yeah.
So I think it just barely, like, I just barely got out of range to where, like, it just barely poked me.
Because, like, if you would, that's right behind the eye, like, the optic nerves going back through there. I mean, your brain's not too
probably
like,
would have died.
That frontal lobe. Oh yeah, dude. Like, yeah, that's a blessing that you didn't die that day. Like, for real.
That was definitely probably one of the most traumatic experiences for me, though. Like, coming out, like, the blood was just squirting and everything, and it was definitely pretty crazy. But yeah, those would probably be some of, like, the most traumatic experiences in my life. Just some of those times that I can always look back on and remember being, like, the most scared in my life, you know.
For sure. I mean? Yeah. And honestly, like, things like that, like, because, like, I mean, some people, you know, there are many people that went through even more traumatic experiences. I feel like sometimes, like, that can really make you bitter towards life and make you bitter towards the way things are going. in your life or the way society is.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of like where like again it goes back to like your mindset on how things like you can either take what's happened to you and grow from it, or take what's happened from you and let it take everything from you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because like it can happen.
Speaking of fear, do you think that Tommy Fury is scared of Jake Paul?
He should be.
You think he should be?
He should be.
What's your take on this fight? What's your take on Jake Paul as a boxer? I want to know. I mean, I kind of already know, but let the people know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that so like a lot like I think that Jake Paul shows good potential.
I think he might be the real deal, bro. I think so too. I think he has, like you said, the potential to be the real deal.
And to be honest with you, bro, I think that Jake Paul is the type of person, like just based off of like how he is, I think that the more and more you showed negativity towards him, the more and more it drives him.
The more it drives him, yeah.
Like the more and more you're just like, oh, you're not a boxer. The more and more you're just like, you can't do it. The more and more he's just like, you're just fueling a fire at this point. And like honestly, like, because like Jake, like to me, Jake Paul's someone that's like, he's got nothing to lose but everything to prove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's already saying that you're not a boxer.
Right.
So you're supposed to lose.
Right.
You're supposed to lose. Every person you get into a fight with, you're supposed to lose. And like, I think that like, I mean, I can't wait for him to fight Tommy Fury because like, I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, just looking at him training and stuff like that, like, I mean, he's got lots of power.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
lots
saying?
of power. That dude is strong.
Hopefully his stamina's gotten a little bit better as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it has. I mean, the dude's been training, you know what I'm saying? So.
And that's my thing, bro. Like, a lot of people discredit Jake Paul, and they want to say, you know, oh, he's a disgrace to boxing and stuff like that. But how?
Yeah.
Like, how was he a disgrace? Because he was a content creator? Like, how does that automatically disqualify you from being a boxing contender? The dude is putting in work.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you can't deny that.
And I think, and another thing, like I think that people just don't like him because like,
that is true.
I mean, like he talks.
He's a very unlikable person.
He talks a lot of head too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always running his mouth, but like that sells tickets. And
Exactly.
like, bro. And this man is like, this man knows how to make a fight interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Like just talking.
Got your hat.
Yes.
I got your hat.
like being silly, like that, like child, like he's the problem child.
He's the problem
Like,
child. He
he's
lives
like-
up to his name.
Like childishly silly sometimes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But like, if you want to fight, let's fight. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't scared though.
Yeah,
That's
like-
one thing I don't think that there's a fight that Jake Paul would back down from as long as it's a fair fight. You know what I mean? I mean,
Like,
he's
he's-
probably not going to fight no Deontay Wilder, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
and go crazy in the heavyweight class. But
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
but
It's like,
anybody that is like a fair fight, like he's not backing down. Whether you're a real boxer, MMA fighter, I mean, dude beat Anderson Silva.
yeah.
You got to give him some credit. You know what I'm saying? Anderson Silva ain't no bitch, bro. Like,
Right.
I don't care if Anderson Silva isn't a boxer. According to y'all, Jake Paul ain't a boxer either.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's true.
Anderson Silva was a very highly touted MMA, you know what I'm saying, UFC fighter. So you can't take that away from Anderson Silva, and you can't take the win from Jake Paul. I mean, granted, Anderson Silva is old. That's the bad thing about these fights, is that there's always that one thing that people can take away from the fights, because it's hard, but it's not his fault though. It's everybody else. Like, nobody wants to fight him.
Right.
No real boxer wants to fight him. And I understand why they don't want to fight him. There's a reason
Because if you lose,
why real boxers don't want to fight him.
Because if you lose,
Exactly.
What happens if I lose?
What happens if I lose?
Yep.
And-
but the thing is, dude, like Jake Paul is getting these people paid.
He's getting them paid, exactly.
Like he paying them way more than what the MMA was paying.
Exactly, but so like those people, they don't care. You know what I mean? Their legacy is already cemented. Like Anderson
Right.
Silva, even losing to Jake Paul, you don't even think about that when you think about Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
you might think about that, but that's not like his legacy. You know what I
No,
mean? Like
not at all.
his legacy is already cemented. So he really didn't have
Or
nothing to
Tyron
lose.
Woodley.
Yeah,
Like,
Tyron Woodley
like,
either.
Didn't they fight like three
Yeah,
times?
they fought twice.
Twice. Okay, and did he lose both times?
Not.
Yeah, like
Well, the first time he got put on his ass, on his face. Actually, that was when the meme
Dropped
surfaced.
him.
Dropped him, boy.
wait, no, that was that him or was that Nick? I mean Nate. Because remember Nate?
Oh, that was the first one. Oh my gosh,
Bro.
that one was funny, bro.
Bro, who trained you, my
I don't
dog?
know, bro.
I think no. What I think what happened was I think Nate was like, "Oh, I'm about to go and whoop this dude."
Definitely,
Like he ain't gonna do nothing.
because that was like Jake Paul's like first like big fight
Dude.
where like everybody was
But
about
like,
to watch it.
okay, if you're like, this is not how you throw a punch.
Not at all,
And I
bro.
feel like he was like doing this,
Bro,
stuff.
it was
like,
bad, bro. He kept doing it. He just every
Just
time
kept
he would
rushing him.
Yeah, he would
like
just
he was
rush
almost.
him.
That's like street fight.
Yes.
like that. Like that's how people fight in the street. Like
Yes.
you just attack and like an animal. Like there's
Yeah.
no strategy to what you're doing.
Right.
And I feel like those people are the people that's easiest to beat up.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
like I mean, at that point you're completely emotional.
Mm-hmm.
You've lost all sense of strategic like technique, all that stuff out the window. Just
Yeah.
like pounce on them. And it's just like, and that's what's happened, dude. Like Jake Paul took a little side step, blah.
dropped him. That was the worst one. That was definitely the worst drop that I've seen in a long time,
dude,
bro.
and
He
dude-
ate shit bad.
Dude, and Snoop Dogg, whenever Kevin,
my
dude,
God.
bro,
Oh snap! Oh snap! Oh Lord!
with the freaking the commentator, dude,
Dude,
like
they
that
need
was,
they need Snoop Dogg commentating more,
dude,
bro.
Snoop Dogg
That
and Kevin
was so
Hart is
funny.
like a good combo to commentate.
It really is.
Because like, yeah, Snoop Dogg is like the like chill, super like older guy, super funny as
Yeah.
well. But like Kevin Hart is like the over the top reaction.
Yes.
Like,
But no, dude, I respect Jake Paul a lot for what he's doing because it's bringing boxing is making it exciting, bro. Like before all this happened, bro, like boxing wasn't that exciting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the only time you really got excited for boxing was whenever Floyd would make a return
Yeah.
and fight somebody, and then it'd be exciting. The Conor and Floyd fight was, of course, exciting, but outside of that, bro, like there hasn't really been much excitement
Yeah.
in boxing. But not only that, but they do have the Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis fight coming up. Looks like they both officially signed. I know you probably don't really know a whole lot about today's boxing. I really don't even know a whole lot about today's boxing, honestly. But these two dudes are probably like two of the biggest names in boxing right now, especially Ryan Garcia because
Yeah.
he's got a really big social media presence.
Dude, I think that okay. So like, I think I first got introduced to Ryan Garcia through a Jake Paul video.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
I remember Jake was letting Ryan like just
rock his-
lay into
yeah.
him, just lay into him.
Did he have the body pads on, or was he just going?
I don't think that, dude. I don't remember, bro. He may. I mean, I think he may have had the body pads on because Ryan Garcia knows how to throw a punch.
Dude, he can hit hard, bro.
But like,
And he's fast. He's so fast.
Yeah, that's the crazy. That's why I think that's gonna be a really good fight because they are like they're all like cat like fast.
Yeah.
and like just the strength of an ox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like just quick
Both
and
of
fast. Yeah. So like, it's gonna be honestly what I'm afraid of because like when you get fighters like of that caliber, I as much as I like to see a dog fight, like I don't want them to be like this dude's like super fast, so I need to be like almost like too strategic.
Yeah.
So like we ain't even like throwing punches at this
Yeah,
point. We
just
dancing
dodging,
around. We just
dancing,
dancing around and stuff.
kind
like,
of jabbing at each
yeah,
other.
yeah. Like and like I mean, as much as like fighting in general, like I mean, it's not good for your body. Like I mean,
Yeah.
taking blows to the head is not good for your brain.
Right.
Just not good for your brain, bro. But like as humans, oh, we love to see it.
Oh, we love that.
We love to
boy.
see it. You
Ain't
got-
nothing better than seeing somebody bash each other's
Yeah.
faces in.
Dude, like the only time I do not like seeing fights is whenever someone's just getting whooped.
Yeah,
like just getting
like-
beat down. Like I don't like seeing that. Like
I hate seeing videos of like people like passed out on Zans and like some dude's just over there punching
Laying
him in
him
the
out.
face and like he
Yeah.
just can't even move and I'm just like, oh, I just
That's
want
not
to
a
jump in
fight.
that video
Yeah.
and just beat that dude's ass,
yeah,
boy.
like that's not even a fight at that point. That's not even a fight at that point.
Yeah.
dude. But like, this is one thing I want to say. This popped in my head. No matter what, like whether we're talking about Twilight or boxing, I'm Team Jake.
Team Jake. There you go, baby. Let's go. I feel that. Angle I was Team Edward though.
Were you?
On Twilight.
I mean,
I was
like,
Team Edward.
I do think that being a vampire would be awesome.
Yeah, I was
just because like
definitely-
they're super fast, they can bite you,
And they
stuff
can like
that.
live forever too. Like
Yeah,
they live
they're
forever. That was
basically
kind of
immortal.
Yeah.
That's what's really cool about them. But like being able to like shapeshift into a wolf would be dope.
That would be dope.
Just a massive wolf at that.
Yeah.
a massive wolf.
Yeah, they
And,
were
like,
massive.
And like, dude, like whenever and like you saw, whenever the wolf shapeshifts, and like and whenever he's like, you know, like full Super Saiyan mode, the vampire's back down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're gonna have some that's still gonna go at him, but like, I remember that one scene, dude. Whenever Jake shapeshifted, bro, and them vampires was like, we're gonna back out of the way, and we're gonna let him do what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Because like he's
Well-
very mad right now.
Wasn't that whenever
That's when he gets his own tribe.
whenever he imprinted on, was that after he imprinted on the daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and they were trying to they were well, Oh dang! Now I'm getting my timeline messed up.
Me too, a little bit. It's been
Because
so
like,
long since I've seen
oh
that.
wait, no, because they were coming after the baby.
Yeah.
And and his tribe was coming after the baby as well. 'Cause they was
Yeah.
like that thing cannot live.
Yeah.
And Jake was like, over my dead body.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
because he had imprinted on it, so
Yeah.
it was like it's supposed to be his love, basically, which was so weird.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we're not gonna get into that.
So weird. But I guess if that's how they wanted to take the story,
Oh man.
that's funny.
But when is that fight though?
Which one? The Jake Paul or the?
The Jake Paul fight and then
I don't know when the Jake Paul fight is,
Let's look it
but
up
I
real
do
fast.
know that the Ryan Garcia Tank fight is scheduled for April 15th in Vegas.
Let's see if there's an actual date. So okay. So it is set.
Yeah, it's
Sunday,
supposed to be soon, actually, ain't it?
February 26th, bro.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be soon. That's next week.
Dude.
Dang, next. Okay, bet. So this
Yeah,
is about
we're-
to be.
yeah,
By the
we're-
time this video comes out, they may have already fought.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna talk about that next. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, dude, I can't wait. I'm looking at the picture right now, dude. And Jake
see
has a glass jaw. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
See that?
All right. Hey, they say that the
Wait, did I say that wrong? Is having a glass jaw a bad thing? I feel like it's a bad thing because glass
Oh
breaks.
yeah, glasses.
Let me look
Yeah,
that up,
so
bro. Is having a
it is a bad thing.
glass jaw considered a bad thing? Yeah, let's see here. What does a glass mean?
That means you get knocked
Yeah,
out, cuz.
exactly. Yeah, no, Jake does not have a glass jaw. I take that back, Jake. I'm sorry.
I'm definitely clipping that, bro.
Yeah, take that out.
No, I'm clipping that, bro.
So basically, a jaw of glass means a fighting vulnerability where one is easily knocked out via a single hard blow to the chin or jaw due to lack of conditioning, insufficient training, or damage from past cerebral concussions.
Wow.
but
This
yeah,
man
no,
said that Jake had a glass jaw. You hear that, Jake Paul? If you're watching this pod,
Yeah,
Dr.
so
Keith says you got a glass jaw.
so they're basically gonna do exactly what I don't like. They're gonna clip it. They're gonna say that I said that, but I'm telling you right now, Jake.
And they is me.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jake. I will come to the fight. I will be your therapist. I will make sure that you're in tip-top shape. If you see this video, not joking.
All right, so you said I will enough times in there, and I know you said knock you out at some point in this video. So
Clip
I'm going to
that.
clip that and say,
Yeah.
Tori's going to say I will
I
knock
mean,
you out.
I mean, like if Jake's saying like, bro, I'll give you $5 million to get in the ring with me. I mean, I'm probably gonna get knocked out, but like, sure. I mean, I think I might do it. Like
well, does he give you time? Will he give you time to get ready?
I mean, he would have to give me time, but like
How much time?
I mean, 6 months.
Bro, you give you 6 months, bro. I'm not sleeping on you, dog.
I mean, potentially. But-
Especially if you did 6 months of just straight up dedicated training. Like this was your job, 8 hours a day, whatever, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, it took. Like, I'm not sleeping on you, bro.
Yeah.
In 6 months, you're going to be fucking jacked.
yeah, for sure.
And you're
But,
going
like,
to be strong. You already know how to fight.
Yeah, I mean, but like the thing is, like, there's also a level of like, can you take repeated hits?
Yeah.
That's
And you
the
have
thing.
to be able to, like, do all that, get your body right.
Yeah.
And learn how to box.
Yep. And I'm gonna have to resist from not wanting to do karate.
Yeah.
Because like that's just like my natural instinct.
Yeah, your natural thing is MMA, yeah.
Like anytime a physical altercation is like drop down into like it's time to fight like a karate guy.
Like
you
a
know what I'm saying?
sensei.
I'm using my knees, I'm using my feet, I'm using my
Right.
elbows. I'll use my head. You know what I'm saying?
For those that don't know, Keith, you're a black belt in karate, right?
Yeah, like I'm a first degree black belt.
Yeah.
Mudo Kwan, Tang Sudo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's just my background. So yeah, and that's why you know, like if he throws a blow, bro, I'm gonna put my boom out and I'm gonna just act like I'm knocked out.
just take that money real
I'm like,
quick.
yep. I was like, yep. I got knocked out by Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? I'm Team Jake.
Team
You know what I'm
Jake.
saying?
Hey, that wouldn't really. I mean, for us, somebody like us, that wouldn't really be that bad of a
No,
thing,
dude, I'm okay with going with being 0-1 for 5 million.
right?
I'm totally fine with that.
I mean, look at Logan Paul. He's like 0-6.
Is he really?
I don't know if it's quite 6, but he definitely hasn't. Well, I think he's like 0-2-1 or something like that.
Dude, that fight with
Floyd. I wonder if Logan Paul has ever got paid for that. I don't think so.
dude, no, he's he's never won a fight.
Yeah, I know for sure he's never won.
So according to Fight TV, I'm not sure how reputable this is. He's 0-1 and 2. Is it a draw and then 2 losses?
I think that's saying one loss, 2 draws. But I think it's actually 2 losses. No, because he fought KSI twice.
Then he get beat by KSI.
He lost both times to KSI. Well, one time he lost, the other time was a draw. So yeah, I think it is 1-2, 0-1 and 2, because he lost the first time and then he drew both of the second times, because the Floyd Mayweather fight they didn't really technically call a winner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then he's like still mad because like he not get paid or something
Still
like
didn't
that.
got paid.
Because like dude, like Floyd was like talking about how like that was like illegal bank
robbery.
Yeah, like I legally just robbed this man,
I wouldn't doubt it, bro.
and like
Hey, if there's one
flaunting
thing,
it.
if there's one thing Floyd knows, it's how to make some money on
Dude.
fighting.
Dude, like that's crazy. Like this, not only did he get away with it, but like he's literally just saying like I legally robbed you, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy in your face.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and then Logan tried to rob his supporters. If you don't know about the Crypto Zoo scam, you should look at that.
You think so? Do you think that he really tried to rob him? I think.
I don't think that like okay. So this is what I honestly think. I think that Logan didn't intentionally like. All right, this is what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We're going to rob these people.
Right.
I think what he tried to do was he tried to make a platform to allow his subscribers, his fans, to make some money playing a crypto game that was interactive for them. They were gonna make money. Blah blah blah. He buys into this coin. Him and other investors, they buy into this coin. So then as they get more people to buy into it, the value of that coin rises, their profits increase, like the value of that coin increases. But then it all went south whenever, like for instance, like if you and I made a coin and I said, all right, we're not gonna sell any of our coin until this has a $200 million market cap, okay? And then all of a sudden, so like we haven't got there yet, and then all of a sudden, like we start getting people buying in. Our profits are increasing. We're starting to see big percent gains, and then all of a sudden we're at 150 million, and then you decide to sell out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At that point, everybody that basically bought in, I mean, like the way stocks work, like with big like hedge funds and stuff like that, which this is crypto, wasn't really a hedge fund, but like you can look at them as being like a hedge fund. And there's a thing called rug pulling, and basically what happens is like a big investor buys a large amount of the shares, and then other people, a lot of times retail, which would be like you and I, buy in. The value of it comes up. Well, these hedge funds, or like you and I being, in this instance, being a hedge fund, we own such a large amount of this coin or this stock that if we sell it, the price is going to just plummet.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. What happened. So like, dude, there was people coming out saying they lost like $500,000. People coming out, they lost 25 million. I mean, not 25 million, my bad. 25,000, 10,000, 5,000. Like I was seeing a lot of people being like, yeah. And
wow.
then the other thing that kind of is sketchy is like they were talking about how like the game wasn't working correctly. Like you buy an egg, and then the egg was supposed to hatch into like this pet, and like you raise this pet, and by raising this pet, you're supposed to be able to basically somehow get crypto coin or something like that. But like people were saying like the game wasn't working correctly. They weren't able to get the money out. Like if they bought in, they weren't able to get the money out that they put in. Like it was just like a big ordeal, bro. And now like long story short, like there's an attorney that's going after Logan Paul now. Like if y'all haven't looked at it, like there's a channel called CoffeeZilla. He exploited this dude. Like got people that like had gotten like lost a lot of money, brought them on, made videos of them. I mean, like legitimately delve in and like exposed everything that was going on. And like now all those guys, Crypto King, Logan, there was like 3 other guys, bro. And like, dude, there's an attorney that's actually suing them all. And like Logan tried to do like this like $1.3 million basically fund to try to help give some of that money back to the people that lost money. But the amount that was lost, like that 1.3 million is not going to like do much for them, because like I mean, you have some people that's like single people are saying that they lost $500,000.
So
like
were they gonna get back 10,000 or something?
Yeah,
20,000?
you only get you only giving 1.3 million back. I lost 500,000, and there was thousands of people apparently that lost money. So like it was a big ordeal, bro.
Sheesh. Not trying to throw no shade on nobody here, just discussing what's going on out here. But I think it's definitely vital that people just really be skeptical. Not necessarily even skeptical, but just, inform yourself before you start getting into all these cryptos and stocks and anything where it's basically a gamble. You just have to remember that it is a gamble.
Oh, yeah.
And that at any time something could go wrong, whether it be the person actually being a scam artist, whether it just be the market going down or whatever the case may be. So it's a really important lesson that, no matter who you are, no matter what company you're investing in or what crypto you're investing in, it could go bankrupt at any time. So just like those people that, invested with Bernie Madoff back in the day and stuff. I mean, he was one of the most trusted people on Wall Street, bro, and ripped off billions of dollars worth of people.
Legitimately.
Did you see that new they got a documentary about it on Netflix.
Way. I'm gonna check that out.
It's good, bro. It's real good.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, bro. And it goes really into depth.
What's it called?
I think it's called like Madoff or just. Really? I think if you type in Madoff, you'll find it.
Dude, that's something I might have to look into.
Yeah, bro. It's good.
Yeah, because like I mean, he was like the first Sam Bankman-Fried, like the FTX kid.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like billions of dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like and that kind of shows like just the level of knowledge that he had, like to be able to fudge that data, bro.
Yes, bro.
And for people to just like, I mean, and then it also comes with like, if you're a super trusted individual, people just think that you're not gonna do wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a friend whose father lost their job. He was the head of the finances at a college, and the people working under him, he just trusted that they were doing their job correctly, and all along they were skimming. They were taking money, and he had to resign for that, bro. So it's just like,
I think I remember that story. Wasn't it a woman or something like that had? Oh, it wasn't.
No,
was it at CCC?
No, I know exactly who it is, but like I'm not gonna disclose.
Right.
What I'm saying.
No, I mean like was the thing at CCC?
I mean, like I know exactly who it is, but I'm not going to disclose that information.
Oh, okay. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode today, guys. But no, for real though, we appreciate you guys watching, man. I'm really starting to enjoy these episodes, bro. It's starting to get a little easier too and stuff. Yeah. So, but we hope you guys are enjoying these too. Make sure that you guys continue to hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you guys tune into the Coffee and Kicks podcast channel. That will be the official channel for all podcasts going forward. We will still continue to post here on Everybody Hates Jay too, but only for a limited time just to try to get the exposure out. But eventually we'll stop posting on here and all podcasts will be posted on Coffee and Kicks podcast. So go subscribe right now because we're going to do something crazy once we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm not going to tell you what it is until we hit 1,000 subscribers. So make sure that you guys go hit subscribe right now
and like this video
and like the video
and thank you. And if you've made it, if you made it this far, we truly do appreciate you
from the bottom of our hearts. For
seriously,
real.
we truly do appreciate you because it really does help out a lot. But we have fun doing this, so we're gonna do it regardless.
For sure. Till next time, we'll catch you guys later. Coffee and Kicks, we out.